Ha'o'u. Georgine Nelson, mi'i nu nani'a. Nu aksikni modakni numu. How are you? My name is Georgine Nelson. I am an enrolled member of the Klamath tribes. I am Modoc, Klamath, and Northern Paiute. I want to welcome you to Numu Yadu'a. I will be your teacher today. Today's lesson is on numu vowels and practicing gradings. The lessons are prepared by the Klamath Tribes Language Department. I am the director, and it is my pleasure to bring the language training to you. Before we get started, I want to share with you a bit of training information. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge that there are several bands of the Northern Paiute, and each band has their own way of speaking. The words are often similar, but sometimes pronunciation can vary. The lesson today may sound differently from your family members, who may have spoken or do speak tribal languages. You can practice the vowels and discuss with your family. It's good to honor your family's language speaking form. The vowels are important to learn. Learning the glottal stops and aspirations are important too when learning the numu language. The goal is to learn to communicate using linguistic writing used to try and capture the language as it was spoken to the linguistic consultants by elders of the Yahuskin Snake tribe. Writing the words. Most tribal words do not use capital letters for persons, places, or things, or what is also referred to as proper nouns. The tribal languages do not use the question mark for questions. They actually use it as what is called a glottal stop, and we will cover that further in the lesson. Apostrophes are linguistic writing to emphasize a letter sound. The spellings are to communicate in linguistic writing for sound enunciation purposes. That's it for the training information, so let's go ahead and get started. There are 5 vowels listed for the numu vowels: A, I, O, U. The last one is an I with a slash through it. These are the 5 vowels in Northern Paiute. You can find this information listed in the Numu Yadua booklet on page 10. We're now going to review the numu vowel sounds. The first letter we're going to be introducing is the letter A. It's similar to the A in the English word father. Ah. That's how it sounds. Ah. You practice it now. Ah. Repeat after me. Ah. One more time. Ah. Good job. You can find information about the vowel sound on page 10 in the Numu Yadua booklet. On this slide, we're continuing on with the numu vowels. On the top chart, you can see listed the I, the U, the O, and there is an I with a slash through it. These letters make up the short vowels in the numu language. We're going to review the sounds now, starting with the letter I. I'm going to ask that when I ask you to say the word, I want you to say the word, and then we'll be repeating each sound 3 times. First sound, letter I, sounds like the double E in the word seed. E. 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 Now repeat after me. E. 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 Good job. We're going to continue on to the letter U. The letter U sounds similar to the word food, the double O in food, or in the letter double O's in two. So it's got a oo sound. Oo, oo, oo. Now you repeat after me. Oo, oo, oo. Okay, way to go. The next letter is the letter O. The sound of the letter O is like that in oh no. O, O, O. Now you practice it 3 times. Repeat after me. O, O, O. Good job. The last vowel is the I with the slash through it. And this letter is different. It's not a sound that's heard very often in English, and it's somewhere between the I sound and the U sound. One way to think of it is to imagine that you accidentally touched something really slimy, like an earthworm. Perhaps you would say something like, ew. It can also sound like the word new. Let's practice that sound. Ew, ew, ew. Now repeat after me. Ew, ew, ew. Okay, good job. We're going on to practice 1. In this chart, the short vowel sounds are in sentences that we just reviewed in the above chart. First sentence is ha-oh-oo, ha-oh-oo, ha-oh-oo. How are you? I'm going to say the sentence and I want you to repeat it after me. We're going to do this 3 times. Ha-oh-oo, ha-oh-oo, ha-oh-oo. All right. The last sentence is pizza nunum, pizza nunum, pizza nunum. I am well, I'm fine. Repeat after me 3 times. Pizza nunum, pizza nunum, pizza nunum. Very good. Noted at the bottom is the question mark as the glottal stop. I told you that we were going to review that, and here we are. It's considered a consonant, and it stops the flow of air. It's like the word uh-oh, uh-oh. If you touch your fingers to your throat and say uh-oh, you can feel that vibrating in the bottom of your throat. So when you're coming across a glottal stop in mid-sentence like we have in ha-oh-oo, you want to be able to hear that, and it's like a little tiny break. Ha-oh-oo, ha-oh-oo. You can find more information on that in our numu yadua booklet on page 18. On this slide, we are looking at the long vowels. From the numu yadua booklet on page 11, it reads that some vowel sounds are held longer than the ones that we've looked at in the previous slides. In Northern Paiute, this can be very important for distinguishing 2 different words. These long vowels are written with 2 letters rather than 1. So we see the letter A, which we know sounds like ah. We have 2 letters there, so it simply means we're going to say it a little bit longer. ah, ah, ah. Short sound, ah, long sound, ah. Let's practice this together. Repeat after me. Ah, ah, ah. Very good. Now we see the letter I. The letter I sounds like the sound of E in the short sound. So we would say E, E, E. Let's practice that sound 3 times. Repeat after me each time. E, E, E. Good job. Okay, now the last one is the I with the slash through it. And if you remember correctly, it says ew, ew, like when you touch something slimy. So the short sound is ew. The long sound will be ew. Really slimy. Ew, ew. Let's practice that 3 times. Repeat after me. Ew, ew, ew. Okay, very good. Okay, now we're going into long vowel practice. In this chart, I want you to take a look at the vowels that we have listed on the first column. We have A, we have I, and now we have the introduction of the U. Like I said, the vowels can be A, I, O, U, or the letter I with the strike through it. So here we're introducing the U with the 2 double U sounds. In the second column, we have the first word, aha, aha. We know that the A has the ah sound, so we're going with aha, which means yes. We're going to say this 3 times. Repeat after me. I will be quiet as you speak. Aha, aha, aha. Really good. Okay, now we're moving on to the double I sound. We know that the I sounds like the E. So E is the double I sound. Deep you, deep you, deep you. And that means earth. Let's practice this 3 times together. I will be silent and give you time to speak. So repeat after I say the word. Deep you, deep you, deep you, which means earth. Last is the double U sound. We know that the U sounds like oo in food, so it would be ooh. We're going to hold it longer because of the 2 U's. Ooh. And the word for that is hoodoo, 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 which means river. We're going to practice that 3 times. I will be silent as I give you time to speak. Hoodoo, hoodoo, hoodoo. The vowels are not pronounced twice, like o or oo. They are pronounced longer. The enunciation is more stressed when it's in the first part of the word, and you can find that information in Numu Yadua, page 12. When practicing a language, it's like practicing a musical instrument or a sport. You need to review, practice speaking, and practice conversing. 1. Practice daily. Set aside time to go over the lesson plan. Recite the words and sentences. Record your voice on your cell phone, a voice recorder, and play it back. Number 2, practice with a friend or family. You can teach the lesson or watch the lesson with your family. 3, pause the lesson and write down the words or sentences. Writing etches the information on the brain. If you would like a numu Yadwa booklet, you can send an email to georgine.nelson@klamatribes.com. Our offices are open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Our office phone number is 541-783-2219. The extension is 291. Pizza Saasu nu Beniku. This is a product of the Klamath Tribes Language Department. This is for training purposes only. This is not for reuse without permission of the Klamath Tribes. Thank you. Pizza Saas nu Beniku, which means see you later.